Hello and welcome to this video. I want to talk about a few things regarding stretching that do not have directly to do with stretching itself, but can facilitate the whole process. And I think everyone who wants to get more flexible can benefit from this. So the points are the clothes you're wearing, what you use as support, and then the third, a bit bigger topic would be relaxation itself and kind of together relaxation and tension release. So let's get started. Okay, for clothes, what I've noticed myself and also I've heard from others actually talking about this is if you are wearing clothes that are limiting yourself, it can also limit yourself in the flexibility itself. Let's say, for example, these trousers now, they do not really hinder my ability to move. They do not have any resistance because they are loose enough and give me enough space to fully express my mobility. Compare this with something like this. Now, I mean, these trousers are still quite stretchy actually, so not extremely bad, but still, even if I'm just going here, I feel already this, like it pulls on my thigh, on my skin. Yeah, I would just go for really soft, loose clothes that you can fully move without resistance. This is the first point. So the second thing I mentioned is what you use as support, and I think this is really crucial and it depends quite a lot on your body. For example, my knees, they are quite sensitive, and if I use less support and maybe even one yoga mat will not be enough for certain stretches. If I do not have them under my knees, it will hurt, and again, you cannot fully relax, you cannot express your full flexibility. So this can be for a variety of stretches. I also know people who have problems doing stuff like compression on the floor because it hurts on their collarbone, on their tailbone. Anyways, so the whole point is this: use soft mats if it makes sense for the stretch. There's no reason to make it more uncomfortable than necessary. And on top of that, this also depends on the stretch and on your intention. Add some object that you can hold on to. Let's say I do a simple hip flexor stretch and I want to be able to fully relax and be able to not have to worry about balance. Then I can use something like this. If the balance aspect is already part of what you want to train, then of course you should not use something that will help you with balancing. But this again depends on the exercise, and if your goal is just really to be relaxed and let's say focus more on breathing and have a longer hold, more like passive relaxed, then use something like this with a pancake stretch. For example, it can also be that you use a big pillow underneath so you can relax on it, really breathe, and it can just help you get more relaxed. Then we come to the third topic, the biggest, and I think, at least for me, also the most interesting one, which is the idea of relaxation itself. And I think in daily life we are quite used to like tensing up and contracting and not really used to, or also don't train relaxation itself, which I would say is quite an important skill in itself to learn besides stretching as well. And we can start with a very simple exercise just to demonstrate what I mean. And the idea with these exercises that come now are that you experience how it feels to relax. And there's like a certain bodily experience, a feeling of letting go, of tension release that you can feel. And if you can feel this in this exercise, the goal is that you can use the same feeling or like do the same in the stretches basically, or also in daily life. So a very simple exercise is you just hold your hands relaxed, then you tense slowly your wrist, your fist. You tense it slowly, stronger, you feel your wrist, you feel slowly your forearms. If you tense even stronger, you feel maybe your upper arm. If you tense as strong as possible, at least for me, I start shaking, my shoulder starts contracting, and then releasing again, and feel the difference. We can do this again, just a little bit, doesn't have to be this strong. Tensing a little bit, feel how it feels, and with a breath out, we relax. We can do the same, just a very small movement. Lift the shoulders a bit up on a breath in, very small, and then on a breath out, we let the shoulders go. And we just try to feel how it feels to let go of this little effort that we use to lift up our shoulders. So just like this. Breathe in. And feel your shoulders drop. This would be the principle of relaxation. And I learned quite a lot about it from Kid Laughlin, if I pronounce his name correct, an Australian guy. I will also post to some of his links underneath the video. And he has a lot of recordings called Relaxation Practice. And I would say it's like a combination of Yoga Nidra, which is like a kind of lying meditation where you do body scan, and the form of progressive muscle relaxation, which is kind of the Western anecdote to the Yoga Nidra. There you lie down, you focus on certain muscle groups, contract them, like in the example I showed now, and then you release them. And it should also help you get more relaxed. I will do a quick relaxation practice, 5 minutes, so you can just see how it can feel. And then longer practices, I will link to them from Kid Laughlin. I think they are super good. There are like 30 or 40 of them on the internet for free, and you can just use them. And for me, I prefer to do it on hard floor and just use support for my head, because otherwise it's too uncomfortable for me. And the idea is that you have the hard floor and you need to relax onto it. So your whole body needs to relax. If you are already on a soft surface, your body doesn't have to relax so much, because it will push the soft, let's say, mattress or something away, and your body stays the same. So with hard floor, I think it works better. For the beginning, if it's very uncomfortable, you can still use a yoga mat, but just don't overdo it with the support. And also, if your lower back hurts a lot, you can use something underneath your knees just to have a bit release in the lower back. I will just guide you through it. And also, again, I think it's quite useful to do this with audio where you can just listen to, so you don't have to think about it and actually just focus on your body. So we lie down, fully flat, shake out the knees, shake out the legs a bit to really get in a comfortable position. Now we close your eyes, take a deep breath in, and release. Take another deep breath in, and we can also do a big sigh. And already here, feel how this breathing out, this sighing, relaxes the body. One more time. Okay. Now, every time you start thinking or forgetting completely about the practice, just go back to your body feelings, and you can also focus on your breath. What we will do now is we go through the body part by part, and we can start with the right hand. We can focus on the different fingers, the thumb, the first finger, second finger, third finger, and so on. The whole palm, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the upper arm, the whole right arm. And if I say this body part, you can either directly feel it or have like an image in your mind of this body part. Then your right shoulder, your right chest and your right upper back, the right side of your belly, the right side of your lower back, your right hip, your right thigh, the whole upper part of your right leg, the knee, the lower leg, the calf and the shin, your ankle, your whole foot, the different toes. Now try to feel your whole right side. Now we go over to the left side, your left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth and fifth finger. Feel the palm of your hand, maybe you feel tingling, maybe you feel some heat. The left wrist, left forearm, the elbow, upper arm, the left shoulder, the left chest and upper back, the left side of your belly and your lower back, the hip, your left glute, the upper leg, your knee, lower leg from the calf to the front of the leg, your ankle, and your feet. You can feel the different toes. Now try to feel the whole left side at once. Now feel your whole right side. Now just feel your lower part from hips downward and your upper part. Now for the next 5 breaths, just focus on the breaths. You can focus either on the tip of the nose or on the belly or wherever you feel your breath the closest. You don't have to change your breath, just focus on the breath and see how it feels in your body. Maybe you already feel a bit more relaxed. Maybe you can feel some parts in your body that hurt a bit. That's all normal. Okay, now we squeeze our glutes just a little bit for a few seconds, and with the breath out we release them. You lift your left shoulder just a tiny bit off the floor, doesn't have to be visible. And with the breath out, we release and let it go. And feel the heaviness of your whole body. Now the right shoulder. Take it a bit up. Feel the tension, feel the effort that it takes. And on the breath out, release it. And just feel your body. So that was just a very short practice, and there are longer ones on the Kid Loveling website. I will link to them. And he also writes a bit more about the whole idea of relaxation, and I think it's quite an interesting topic. And I think it's also quite an easy way to start meditating. With lying meditation, I think it's more comfortable and can just be more convenient than in the sitting, and then you can still switch in between. So that was the first exercise. Now the second exercise is a bit more dynamic, and it's standing, and the principle is kind of the same. We will do again a body scan, but this time standing, and we are not standing still, we are actually shaking. But before we start with this, we try to stand hip width apart. We go a bit from side to side to find the center point where we have the least effort. And when we have found it in this plane, we do the same with going forward and backward, and we try to find the point where we do not have to use any force to stay upright. And we look kind of straight, so eye height, I don't know how to call it, like just straight to the front. And then we start shaking. And here I will do a quicker, shorter guide, and will also link to one that is half an hour. So you start shaking, and you have to find your own rhythm. It's like also the frequency. You have to see for yourself where you feel where it works the most. It should be kind of a natural rhythm that you can maintain. And then we start with the face. You try to feel your face, try to relax. You can also open up your mouth a bit and release the tension here in the jaw. You can also do a bit of humming. Then we go to the neck. Here we try to feel all the tension and really try to let the skin and the muscles move up and down. Next is with shoulder, traps. Then we go to the upper arm, the bicep, the tricep, the elbow, the forearms, the wrist, the hands. We try to feel the whole arms connected to the head, connected to the neck, all shaking. Then we go to the chest. Try to feel it moving up and down, upper back, middle back, lower back, belly. Also the sides here, trying to let everything shake up and down. The hips, the glutes, the thighs in the front, the hamstrings in the back, inside of the legs, outside of the legs. Everything shake, the knees, the calves, the ankles, even the feet, even if they are on the floor. See if you can shake them a bit more, relax a bit more, let go more tension. Now just try your whole body moving up and down. And then slowly coming to an end. This was now quite a short shaking exercise. I will also link to one from Ido Portal. It's half an hour, and I think it's a quite nice start to do it. If you have like half an hour and you did it a few times, you can also do this on your own in shorter sessions. And then the last one is lying again on the floor. Again, I use some support for my head, and for the rest, I do not use anything. And I lie down again. Then I take my hand in front of me, and here I can also close my eyes if I want to. And I start like moving my hands from side to side. And here you can really play with how far you go from one side to side and how fast you go. And it will change quite a lot. And again, here the idea is to move with your hands, and you let your body just relax and move the way it wants to move. So if you go over the head, you will see it moves more in the neck area. Head goes from side to side. If you go lower, you can also go a bit stronger. You will also feel your spine, your back muscles kind of shaking from side to side. And then you can start from the head and then slowly go down, and you will feel the difference. Then you can do this a bit, go up and down in your own tempo. Then next thing is you stay lying and you shake your legs from inside to the outside and really try to separate the flesh from the bone. Just move it in and out. Also here it's kind of a rhythm, kind of a shaking. Just feel, try to release. And also look for comfort. This should not be painful. It should really feel nice. And then you do this for a while. And then the last round or the last part of the exercise is you move your heels up and down. And you see my whole body moves up and down. Here again, you can play with tempo and range. You can do little smaller movements, slower or faster. Yes. Then come to an end. Rest for a moment, feel your body, feel the difference from before you did the exercise. Breathe a few times, maybe rest for 10 seconds just with closed eyes. And then you could do another round, for example, and another. So these are just 3 exercises I really like to train relaxation or releasing tension in my body. I use them differently. Sometimes the Yoga Nidra practice I also do as a kind of a nap in the early afternoon, or if I have time at the end of a practice, it can also be like of a strength training or handstand practice or whatever you practice. It can be quite nice, and also to just feel in your body after training how it feels, to also digest the whole training. And the other exercises sometimes I use on rest days, or as part of my warm-up I do some shaking, or also as part of the cool down. To sum it up again, these are all like ideas or concepts to play with that can help you with your flexibility training, or it can also be a whole training in itself. And for the flexibility stuff in the beginning, take comfortable clothes, use enough support either with mats or chairs or something to hold on to. And then in part of relaxation, actually learn how it feels to be relaxed. And this can be done while with feeling how it feels not to be relaxed, like feeling tension and releasing. And then you can play with this. Also play with your breath. Every time you want to relax, you want to breathe out. We can also use this in the stretches itself. And then the different exercises I just showed you, play with it, see what you like. I will link to all of the things I talked about in the description, and I think best is also to just experiment with it. Thanks for watching, and see you another time.